Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a medium database question that I just solved on my own. So I'm really happy about this, and I'm super glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance. So let me show you how I did it. This question is called movie rating number 1341, and basically what it asks you to do is to find the name of the user with the greatest number of movies. So the greatest number of movies, so that user basically that appeared the most in this column. And also, in the case of a tie, return a lexicographically smaller name. So we're going to have to first map the users to their name. So let's call this users dict and make this a dictionary. So let's go ahead and loop through and just do the key value pair. So for I, U, and enumerate users, user ID, users dict of U is equal to users of name of I. And let's go ahead and do that for the movies too. So movies dict and for I, M, and enumerate movies, movie ID, movies dict of M is equal to movies title of I. Okay, so now that we have those out of the way, let's go ahead and find the user that appeared the most, aka had the greatest number of movies. So let's do a counter of movie rating of user ID. And if we print C, okay. So you can see that multiple have the max frequency. So let's go ahead and say biggest is max c.values, and then let's go over this dictionary and let's say names, because we're just going to append this guy's mapping to the name if it is the biggest. So if B is equal to the biggest, then names.append users dict of A, because that's the user ID, right? And then we're going to sort names. And let's print names, because here it says, in the case of a tie, return lexicographically smallest name. So that's Daniel in this case. And then let's also do the same thing for the highest average rating in February of 2020. Okay, so let's try to find that. So ratings, just making sure I didn't name it the same as whatever input they gave us. Okay, so now let's go over movies and find all the ones in February of 2020. Let's call this ratings dict, because there are going to be multiple ratings for a current movie name. So it's movie rating created at, and then if, so this is a date time, let's convert it to a format that doesn't have such precise timestamps. And then let's say if cur up to the first 7 is equal to February of 2020, then we can go ahead and say ratings dict of, so the movie ID dot append the rating itself, because we want to find the average ratings, right, for each movie ID. So movie rating, movie ID of I dot append the rating. And then cool. So now we got to find the biggest rating. So the highest rating is, let's just call this -1. And then let's call this rating average is going to be the sum of ratings dict movie rating movie ID of I divided by the length of ratings dict movie rating movie ID of I. Okay, so then we're just going to go through and because we only care about the ones in February of 2020. And then now let's go ahead and iterate over this. So that should look a little more pretty. This is supposed to be a list. Highest rating. Cool. So, okay, nice. So now that we have the averages, we can say the current average is sum of this one divided by, we don't want to round down. And if current average is equal to the highest rating, then that's where this comes into handy, because we can just say, what is it? Ratings dot append. So the current, this guy's title, the movie's title. So it's going to be movies dict of R. And then same thing, get the smallest. Let's make an answer. So if names exist, we're just going to grab the first two. Then answer.append names of 0. If ratings, then answer.append ratings of 0. So let's go ahead and print names and ratings just so you guys can see. Excuse me. Cool. So what is going on? Movies dict of R. Oh, what is going on? Ratings. Why do I keep misspelling that? Why is it 5? Oh, you know what? We can't even do this right now because after it finishes, then we can calculate the highest rating. So, highest rating, sum of ratings, dict of R, so the total mean. And then now we can do this, right? What is going on? I keep misspelling highest. Okay, cool. So now you can see that we basically have our answer because of the averages. So like, for example, movie 1 had 4 and 2. So the mean would just be the sum of this divided by 2. Cool. So now we basically have our solution and set the only column results equals to answer and then just return that data frame, right? Cool. So let's run this. Submit it. And there you go. Passes all test cases. So again, I'm really glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help and solve it completely on my own. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.